Welcome to this 9.0 Affliction Warlock guide. Let's get straight into the single target rotation and single target talents. These are the talents I use for single target. Level 15 Drain Soul, level 25 Siphon Life, level 30 I usually switch between Demon Skin, Burning Rush and Dark Pact. I use Demon Skin on bosses that I will stand still a lot on, for example Hungering Destroyer. I use Burning Rush on bosses that I have to move a lot. Example is the Council fight. And Dark Pact is really good for the Sludge Fist fight, where you have to have a lot of damage reduction when he rushes into the pillars. The level 35 I use Phantom Singularity. Level 40 I use Mortal Coil. You can Mortal Coil the boss to gain 20% health. It's just another nice addition to help out your healers. Level 45 I use Haunt, and level 50 I use Dark Soul Mystery. When it comes to legendaries, you would want to use the Demonic Synergy legendary as it stands. It deals the most damage single targets. You want to use Haste and Mastery as your main stats. I recommend simming your character to get the exact correct stat per rotation for you, but as an overall rule of thumb, it is Haste and Mastery. And when it comes to trinkets, it's hard to give recommendations since it all depends on what Mythic Plus key you have and what level they are. But I use a Mythic 5 Quantum Device and the Mythic 11 Ooze trinkets. Both are good. Let's get into the single target rotation. And when it comes to the single target rotation, your opening is going to be Haunt, Unstable Affliction, Agony, Corruption, Siphon Life, Drain Soul till you have 3 stacks of Shadow's Embrace, Phantom Singularity, into Dark Soul, into Soul Rot, Dark Lair, Trinkets, and then spam the Soul Shard Spender. And that's going to look something like this. That is the opening rotation. And then when it comes to the standard rotation, it's important that you should aim to spend your soul shards only when you have either Phantom Singularity or Soul Rot on the target. There is a possibility that you can save up your Phantom Singularities to line them up better with the Soul Rots, but you should only do so if you won't lose a Phantom Singularity cast during the boss. Otherwise, you should just aim to keep up your dots on the target and try to keep 3 stacks of Shadow's Embrace from the Drain Soul on the target. Again, you should aim to spend your Soul Shards during either Phantom Singularity or during Soul Rot. And if you are about to cap out on Soul Shards, you should spend your soul shards, so you should aim to never actually have too many soul shards up. And that's essentially it for the single target rotation. You should use the Imp for a single target unless you need interrupt, in which case you will use the Fell Hunter. And now let's head over to the AoE/the AoE talents. And this is where it gets interesting for Warlocks, since right now there are a couple of builds available for us. The first one is the one you are watching right now. It's the pure single target one. It works out fine if you're doing higher keys, and it's, for example, Tyrannical Week, where you really need that extra single target DPS. The second build I'm going to talk about is the personally one, the one I use the most and I enjoy the most, which is the following: Drain Soul, Rife in Agony, Burning Rush, Sow the Seeds, Mortal Coil, Haunt, and Dark Soul Mystery. And I enjoy this because I like to spam Seed of Corruption. I enjoy that playstyle, and it's good if you're struggling with setting up proper soul shard spending windows with Malefic Rupture. And if you just in general enjoy spamming Seed of Corruption. I've never used this spell a lot in the past expansions, so that's why I enjoy this one right now. And the basic rotation for that is essentially Seed, Haunt, Unstable Affliction, Agony to around 5 targets, and then you go back to spamming Seed of Corruption. And then there's another talent build that's available, which is Drain Soul, Absolute Corruption, Vile Taint, Dark Caller, and Dark Soul Mystery. This one is the opposite of single target. This one makes you pure AoE and makes you a pure 2-minute burst class, essentially. You will do a lot of damage if it's within every 2 minutes. I don't use this talent setup as much anymore since I'm doing higher case on plus 15 and higher, which I prefer to have the more single target or the more spammy playstyle with Seed of Corruption. But the playstyle doesn't really change from the previous one I mentioned. You always want to open up with a Seed, since you want to have Corruption on every target. But then you go into Unstable Affliction, Agony to around 5 targets, and then you do the standard cooldown popping rotation where you go with Dark Soul Mystery, Vile Taint, Soul Rot into Summon Dark Lair. And those are the 3 different Mythic Plus builds that are out right now. The legendary doesn't change between any of the builds or any of the single target / AoE, which is quite nice for us, since that means you only have to focus on one legendary as for now. And I believe, and when it comes to consumables, you want to use Spectral Flask of Power, Shadow Core Oil, and the Cinnamon Bonefish Stew, and obviously Rune and Armor Kit. And if you have any questions, feel free to mention them down below. I will try to answer them all. If you have any questions regarding the UI, you can also ask them, of course. I will try to help all of you. And thank you for watching, and have a nice day.